Hi there, it's your boy Hegai Kasul and I welcome you to the LCGM YouTube channel where we discuss various global issues. For my returning subscribers, it's good to have you back. And for new viewers and those that haven't yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button and come along. I hope that you're all keeping safe. Congratulations to my Ugandan brothers and sisters for the partial opening of the country, especially after those 42 tormenting days of a total lockdown. Please, and please, I advise that you take the SOPs seriously and enact on them. I want to give a shout out to these people for their critical engagements from last week's video. Innocent Mutiaba, Isaac Mugabe, Arsema Gibrizaber, I hope I did justice to your name, I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce it well, and Damali Tebajukira. Thank you very much. And I encourage all of you to always provide your insights, views, experiences on the topics discussed. So in last week's video, we looked at the impact that the COVID-19 pandemic has placed on the education system, and we acknowledged the fact that it has forced teaching and learning to move from face-to-face interactions to online learning. If you didn't watch that video, please go and check it out. I was joined by Ms. Damali and we discussed the challenges of online learning on education attainment and the holistic growth of children. These challenges range from the lack of requirements to support online learning, the lack of experience among teachers and learners in using the devices, the unconducive learning environment for many learners in some households, the digital divide, and ultimately the fact that online learning has affected the whole child development. In today's video, I'll be giving you 8 tips and tricks that you can use to prepare yourself and better your online learning experience. And without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Tip number 1. Approach online classes the same way you would if it were face-to-face classes. You have to treat online classes exactly the same way you do with real classes so that you don't fall back. But this calls for self-discipline. You can, for example, set workspaces for yourself where you take your classes and attend to your assignments. These workspaces can act as your classroom or library. In my case, I have a desk where I sit during my classes or when I'm working on my assignments. You could also try to change locations where you study, take your classes, or attend to your assignments. Just to get a sense of change and break the boredom that comes with being in the same place for a long period of time, especially if you have multiple classes in a day. You could, for example, sit on the dining table or ask for permission from your brother or sister or parents if they're okay with it to use their rooms for studying or working. It is also very important that you make known your study area or room to the people that you're staying with, so that at least when they see you there, they're aware and respect that space. It is also advisable that you turn on your camera.
Oh, hell no!
Yes, turn on your camera, so that it helps you to keep attentive during class because you're conscious that your teacher or colleagues are watching you. However, if you need to excuse yourself, it's good you turn it off so you don't distract the class. I'm still on tip 1. You also need to read through your course outline or syllabus to know when you have your classes, the content to be covered during the term or semester, the assignments, and the resources you need and try and get them. Lastly, build and keep a routine. As in, have a working time that includes when you wake up, do your chores, take your classes, attend to your assignments, basically everything you have to do in a day or a week. Tip number 2. Take your schedule and to-do lists seriously. First and foremost, let me caution you. Don't trust your brain to remember everything, for it will betray you. You need to schedule out your assignments, and you can do this by putting them in a planner. For one, I prefer to have a Word document or an Excel spreadsheet or a small notebook where I write all my assignments, their due dates, their weightings, and I also record the marks obtained when I do receive them. This method will help you not to miss out on any assignment and also to track down your performance throughout the term or the semester. You also need to constantly go back to your schedule at least every week to remind yourself what is pending. Also, plan out your assignments, that is, when you want to start and finish working on them. You want to break down large assignments or those assignments that you feel are more demanding and might take quite a longer time to complete. So break them down into smaller dates. Say for example, on the first date, you want to have got the topic, on the second date to have written the introduction, like that. This will help you to meet your lifelines, which in the long run will help you to meet the deadline. So to me, a lifeline is a date you set yourself to have completed a project or an assignment based on the deadline. Please and please, I beg of you, avoid procrastinating, because procrastination is the root of all stress.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Well, that was tip number 2. Tip number 3. Be very organized. For many, online learning has meant the use of electronic resources. Now, here's the trick. You need to create folders on your computer where you keep all your handouts. Create folders for each class and subfolders where you keep your projects and assignments. If you look at my screen on my computer, I keep all my work in folders. For example, this folder contains all my work that I did at Monash South Africa University. When I click on it, you can see the subfolders of the different semesters. Let me, for example, click on this semester. This semester was actually entirely online. Semester 1, 2020. It has all the modules I did that semester. Here, I have all the lecture notes and other resources here. All assignments that were done in the different modules are in this folder. It makes navigating your work and finding everything that you need very easy. For those of you that still have to do and submit your work on hard copies, you can still buy folders where you keep your handouts and assignments. I recommend that each module or subject has a different folder on its own and have a place to keep them that is safe for future reference. Tip number 4. Rest, exercise, and eat healthy. By this I mean, you can't always be studying or working and forget things that are equally as important as your education. Step away from work, watch an episode, take a walk, stretch, exercise, and don't forget to eat healthy. Don't be there feeding on junk full time. It's not healthy for your life. These are ways that can help you to beat any negative feelings and emotions of stress, frustration, fatigue, and depression that come along with online learning or schooling.
Oh my God! Wow!
Tip number 5. Talk. When you encounter any challenges, it's good, and in fact it's in your best interest that you speak out. Talk to your parents, siblings, or relatives at home. If you feel like you do need an extension for an assignment because things can actually get interestingly overwhelming,
What's wrong with you, bro? What the heck? You tripping, bro? You tripping?
please speak to your instructors so that they can perhaps offer you an extension, or so that they can find ways to support you. Also, talk to your instructor, and by instructor I mean those who teach you. So you need to speak to them or talk to them when you need clarity on a topic, an assignment, or when things are just not going your way. You can also talk to your classmates, and it's therefore good to form virtual study groups. These can be of help when you're stuck, and they can offer you some form of interaction. Tip number 6. Stay up to date. You also need to visit your email quite regularly and your class chatting platforms like the class WhatsApp group chats or Telegram, or whatever your class uses to communicate with you. You can also ask your teachers directly for any updates, or check with your parents because some schools communicate through parents to their learners. Tip number 7. Know what works best for you. Assess your environment where you're taking your online studies and use that to decide when to work. Find the appropriate time of the day or night when you will be most productive. The most important tip, tip number 8, pray. In whatever denomination you're in, you need to pray. You need to pray because, above all, God knows best and He is in full control. Parents, educators, and most importantly teachers, you need to support your children or learners in the process. Help and guide them as they navigate the new normal so that they can work smartly. When children or learners report any challenges or you see them struggling, please do them good by listening to them and work collaboratively to support them. Tell them it's okay and assure them that they will get through this. They need that encouragement. I hope I did well in preparing you for a better experience in your journey through online learning. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!